Hello and welcome to the third devlog for Dungeon Mage, our passion project that we have been developing for just over a month. In that time, we've been working tirelessly, specifically because of one key reason. Dungeon Mage will be our first official release. With this being our first shot at making a marketable game, we've learned a lot about the processes involved in making one. For example, how much work and effort goes into creating a Steam page for a game. We had to provide a large amount of footage, text, and more for our page to get approved, which it has. As of today, you can wishlist Dungeon Mage on Steam to be informed of its release. You can even follow the page to receive notifications for future updates. Wishlisting the game helps us tremendously, as it is one of the most important components the Steam algorithm considers when suggesting games to users. To get more feedback on the game and present it to a wider audience, we would like to give out keys for it to content creators as soon as we have a stable demo version. If you, or someone you know, would be interested in reviewing the demo once it is out, feel free to let us know on our Discord. You can find the link in the description below. We've taken this recent time to ensure that the content we have already tested does not only function, but is actually polished and enjoyable. As we mentioned in our last devlog, we lost animations for our first boss to unfortunate file backup issues. We are now happy to say that we have not only remade the lost animations, which turned out even better than the first time around, but we've also added some nice sound effects, courtesy of yours truly. With the Goblin Captain feeling very polished already, we decided to revisit combat as a whole as well. Enemies will now not only run after you in hot pursuit as they have so far, but sometimes they will also perform a charge attack. With this one change, combat already feels way more dynamic and exciting. We've also added our first prototype of what a secret or hidden room could look like later down the road. Finally, the musical genius that he is, Green has added a first instrument into the game so he can freely let his muse take over even when playing. For more on all of this, as well as a first sneak peek at the arena, you can check out our Dungeon Talks episode, which you can find linked right now in the upper right corner. In this new format, which is entirely put out by Green Pixels himself, he shares some of the development thoughts that go into Dungeon Mage, as well as shows some of the changes in more detail, or small changes we don't have the time to show in these devlogs in the first place, in an easier to produce format. Polish for already existing features is great, so let's talk about a gameplay aspect we aim to develop more thoroughly in the near future: fishing. Fishing is, to us, a wonderful opportunity to enrich looting systems, player interaction, and area uniqueness. That means we want Dungeon Mage to have a rewarding and interesting fishing economy. As of right now, we plan for unique areas to have unique rewards, both in the sense of unique fish that give benefits to the player via crafting, but also direct upgrades, such as helpful items, tools, or maybe even weapons. Are you much of a fisher in other games? If so, what makes it interesting to you? We'd love to hear your opinion on this, so we as well can learn how to make fishing in Dungeon Mage as enjoyable as possible. If you want to support us in our efforts of releasing our first title, you can do so on Patreon. Our Patreon supporters receive a wide array of rewards, ranging from the common mention of supporters in our videos, all the way to a limited reward that offers a custom pet in the game itself. We want to thank those that support us already, specifically our fierce supporter Ampharos and our eternal supporter Mystics. Thank you so much for helping us making this project a reality. As always, thank you so much for tuning into the devlog, and we'll see you in the next one.